This is more examples of combination and permutations. Here's an example of a second grade class that is made up of 13 boys and 8 girls. How many ways can the teacher choose 4 boys and 2 girls to solve the problem on the smartboard? So the first thing we need to figure out is this a permutation or combination? This is a combination because we don't care the order, we just care how many different combinations, how many different groups can go up to the board. So the formula that we use for a combination is NCR, and we're going to use the graphing calculator today. So we first need to figure out how many different combinations of boys. So there are a total of 13 boys, combination, and we're going to choose 4. Now we need to figure out the girls. So there are 8 girls, and we're going to choose 2. So 8 combination 2. So we need to figure out these totals. So now again, we have that formula we've used already. It's n factorial, r factorial, n minus r factorial. We're going to use the graphing calculator to figure out what these two values are and then multiply them together. So I'm just going to squish this over the side here. So here's my graphing calculator. So when you do this, you want to go ahead and type in 13, because that was the 13 boys. Then you go to math, arrow over to probability, PRB, go down to number 3, enter, and now we're going to choose 4 boys. Now multiplication, now we're going to choose 8 girls, math, arrow over to probability, down to number 3, enter, and now we're going to choose 2 girls, enter, and we will get 20,020. Now, I did do this already in my calculator. This value of the boys is 715, and there are 28 different combinations of the girls. When you multiply those two values together, you get 20,020 different combinations. All right, we do have another example on the next slide. So a music class has the strings, woodwinds, brass, percussion, and harps. And these are the makeup of the students on the right. So there are 45 students in string, 8 woodwinds, 8 brass, 3 percussion, 2 harps. Question A. A group of 3 musicians from the string section will be talked to at the students at Madison Middle School. Is this a combination or a permutation? A group of 3 students from the string section. So think about a group. We don't care the order. So this is a combination. How many possible groups could talk to the students? So we're going to go ahead and figure out this problem. So there are 45 strings. So there's our 45 combination, and we're choosing 3 student groups. So 3 student groups. So now we're going to go ahead and use our formula. So remember, the numerator is the total, 45 factorial. The denominator is the 3 factorial, how many you're choosing, and then 45 minus 3 factorial. Now let's simplify it. So we have 45 factorial over 3 factorial, 42 factorial. All right, so I'm going to go down here a little bit more. So 45, I'm going to go down 44, 43, 42 factorial. I'm going to stop because you remember we have a 42 factorial in the numerator. All right, so these two are going to cancel out. Scroll this down a little bit, make a little bit more room. All right, now we're going to go ahead and plug it into the calculator. When we plug into the calculator, we get 14,190 different ways to group 3 students in our strings group. All right, here's the second question, part B. One member from the string section will talk to the students at Brown Middle School. Another one will go to Oak Avenue Middle School, and another one will go to Jefferson Junior High. Is this one a combination or a permutation? Now, this one is an example of a permutation because one is going to Brown Middle School, another one is going to Oak Avenue, and the last one is going to Jefferson. We have to make a difference in the order because one has to go in one direction. It's not just three kids going to one school. So order matters. So now we're going to do the permutation. In how many possible ways can the strings members talk to the students? So we're going to do 45, total students in the string, permutation, 3 students go out. So it's 45 factorial over 45 minus 3 factorial. Simplify that. 45 factorial stays as it is. 45 minus 3 is 42 factorial. All right. Simplify this again. So I'm going to break down 45 factorial to 44, 43, 42 factorial, and I'm going to stop because I know I have a 42 factorial in the denominator. So these two cancel out. Now I'm going to go ahead and multiply 45 times 44 times 43. There are 85,140 different ways for the members to go out and talk to the 3 different schools.